This one is called Gods, Sages, and Kings, Vedic Secrets of Ancient Civilization. And as it says, it's also the enlarged and updated edition. It is one of my most important books. I have done nearly 24 books on Vedic studies with Lotus Press and that much more for other groups. But this is the main book I've done to look into the historical issues involved. And I have proposed, following great rishis and gurus like Sri Aurobindo and Paramahansa Yogananda and Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, that the Vedic civilization is probably the oldest in the world. It goes back perhaps well into the Ice Age. And in this book, I argued for the indigenous nature of the Vedic civilization. In India, there was no Aryan invasion. Vedic people were there all along, as the great yogis and gurus say. And this has been the central heritage of civilization for all humanity on a spiritual and yogic level. This work, I also did have some connection later with Professor B.B. Lal, who was the Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India and has similar views. This book and its teachings have been widely taken up in India and also examined and debated globally. I also discussed this work with Graham Hancock. He quoted it in his previous book, Underworld, Flooded Kingdoms of the Ice Age. I also put it in a book called Mystery of the Ancient Past, which was a Graham Hancock reader, but these are only short points of view for it. The main book is Gods, Sages, and Kings. My connections here are still available on the Graham Hancock website and have been quoted by many groups. Self-Realization Fellowship, among others, gave highlight to it. And in this book, I bring in the relevance of yoga, Ayurveda, the Jyotish or the Vedic astrology and astronomy, yugas and time cycles, and just in general that we are offspring of the rishis. We have a great spiritual heritage, and it is our real purpose in civilization to develop this higher consciousness, not just simply to go after the outer world. Science and technology have their place, at least transitionally, but our ultimate goal is self-realization and connection with the universal consciousness for all of us. So in my book, Gods, Sages, and Kings, I put this in perspective. It's a long book, some 400 pages. I examine things from historical, linguistic, I even mention genetic, but more so quoting the great rishis and sages of India who have not been given their place, and the great ancient Vedic literature going back to the Rig Veda, the oldest book of humanity and the greatest mantras, we would say perhaps, of all time, like the Gayatri mantra, still alive today. So we welcome you to joining us in this adventure in ancient history and higher consciousness. And please feel free to examine our other books and other information in this particular area. And I again want to thank Santosh Krinsky and Lotus Press for bringing this book out. These were not well known in the older past, the past few decades when the first editions came out, but these views are getting widespread examination today. And for that, I believe a new examination of Gods, Sages, and Kings is necessary. So in closing, let us honor the ancient sages and rishis and yogis. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.